Well, everybody's heard about the bird. Everybody's heard about the Everybody's heard about the bird. Well, everybody's heard about the bird. Everybody's heard about the Everybody's heard about the bird. Well, everybody's heard about the Everybody's heard about the Everybody's heard about the bird. Well, everybody's heard about the bird. Everybody's heard about the Everybody's heard about the bird.
And we're live.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to NASA Bunker 33. I'm your host, Quiddy's the Sprinkler, as always, and with me is the producer that never fucks up anything ever except for the spelling in the title of the call tonight. Zumi, how are you doing?
Hey, I was given like 2 minutes to set that up, okay?
That's not how you spell catastrophe or stream.
I know.
Just so everyone knows, our call tonight is called the Penis Catastrophe Stram.
I was in a rush. I just took a nap. I took a nap, and then like Quiddy's called, and then 5 seconds later, okay, I'm up. I'm up. Creating a stream. Created the stream. Didn't even pay attention to the words. Just type.
Yep. And Microraptor actually apparently has a camera in my house because she said nerds, and I was totally eating some nerds earlier.
Oh. Yeah, and for some
So,
reason I had okay. This is one thing Streamlabs has been giving me problems with lately. I had my avatar up on the opening stream, not for my not for, it's not my fault. I literally have it underneath the media source that's used as the intro,
yeah.
but for some reason it was still above it, as in the layer. Still on the top layer. I don't know why, but oh well.
Huh.
It's weird. It does that sometimes. It's been doing that. It's been doing that recently, where I'll have it as a second layer, but it's still on the top layer. Like, what the fuck?
It's all Streamlabs' fault.
Yeah, it's all Streamlabs' fault. It's all Streamlabs.
Blame Streamlabs. Blame Streamlabs for putting second layer on top and something. It's all their fault. I don't know.
It's a Streamlabs acts a lot like Photoshop, where it allows you to put different layers on top of different layers on top of different layers of images. And so what's on top, what's on the very top, is what's in front, essentially. So if you have something on, say, like say on the top is media source, then directly below that is my little avatar here. You can see that.
Well, your description kind of sounds like an orgy I was part of one time. Layers on top of layers on top of layers.
Well, anyway, yeah, tonight we will be going over
Yeah,
Gail
tonight
Schuler. Wait,
we're revisiting Gail
Yeah,
because Gail.
because
Because you can
Gail.
never get enough Gail in your life.
Let me go ahead. I don't have a single thing loaded. I have nothing loaded. So give me a minute and load all these videos that Quiddy's procured.
Yeah, I kind of dumped like 10 videos in the green room.
Let me go ahead and
Let's
load
see.
some of these.
We will start with the very first one that I put in there, though, because it is the best.
Okay, then I've got it loaded, and let me see. Let me go ahead and. Well, I don't have to switch over. I love having the view screen now. I love this little view screen we have. It's a lot better.
Yeah.
And we're going through a bloodstream, apparently. Okay.
Apparently so. We're kind of causing a clog, I think.
Yeah, I think we're clogged in this artery, because they're just flying right past us. All these blood cells are flying right past us. It's interesting. Anyway.
All right. So our first video tonight is the old tried and true Gail's men have lost their penises.
Okay, folks, let me just sum up. I just Skyped with Terrence Jenkins last night. I finally heard from him after a silence of 1.5 months. Around June the 21st, when Terrence was Skyping with me, Brent Spiner said, "Hey, yoo-hoo, Terrence, something's going on with Matthew McConaughey's penis." And what was happening was all of my men's penises were being attacked. There was a...
But then again, something's always going on with Matthew McConaughey's penis. So this is not a new revelation.
I'm just wondering why Brent Spiner was worried about Matthew McConaughey's penis. Like, what was he doing to Matthew McConaughey's penis?
When you're Brent Spiner, you have to worry about these things.
A very serious malware in the computer system at Church of Gail, and it caused all the men at Church of Gail to cause them to have all sorts of penis afflictions. It was very painful. And let me just, they spent, the ordeal with the penises lasted for at least a good week in that June. So like from June 21st to June 28th, they were just having this ordeal with penises because of Jesuit trigger programming on the Church of Gail computers. They spent a lot of time in sick bay. Matthew practically had a vagina at that point.
I got nothing for that.
What happened
I know there's a
was,
joke somewhere, but yeah.
Vladimir Putin, they found out that he ended up getting his bladder exploded. They had to put him in stasis where they froze him, and all sorts of things happened to him. He had heart attacks, and right in the middle of an operation to fix him for a heart attack.
Maybe this is why Putin decided to invade Ukraine.
To find his penis.
Yeah, he thought that it wasn't the Chinese that stole his penis. It was the American biolabs in Ukraine. They were running experiments on his penis because they had never seen one that small before.
Yeah, that makes sense. That's why he has all that. That's why he has all that little dick energy.
Yeah, it's a biological anomaly. No one has ever seen a penis as small as that. So yeah, the man's got a lot of little dick energy going.
Very little dick energy. one might almost say micro penis energy.
He woke up, and then he judo chopped the doctor. He felt bad about that, but this is like gut reflex with Vladimir, and he. And then when he woke up, he heroically pushed himself, which explains why the accurate pictures of Vladimir in the media made him look like he was almost dead. And he managed to fly Church of Gail down to China.
Wait, pause it for a second.
And on the way,
I do kind of want to explain something here because a lot of people think that there may be something actually wrong with Vladimir Putin that led him to invade Ukraine. I don't personally think that, but I've seen a lot of videos of Putin where he has some very strange mannerisms. Like a lot of people think that he may have Parkinson's or something like that. When he's sitting at a table, he always grabs the table and clenches it really hard with one hand the entire time he's sitting there. And a lot of people have said that that's what people do so that their hand doesn't shake while they're sitting there. So, of course, Russia would never tell us that there's something wrong with Putin.
No,
but
no, they wouldn't.
a lot of people think that, and there is something wrong with him in the fact that he invaded a fucking country and is killing civilians.
Yeah, that's
but
definitely something.
Maybe he'll die soon. I hope he dies soon.
I'm not the type of person that usually wishes death upon people, but at the same time,
yeah,
some people kind of deserve it.
Yeah.
Trump.
I mean, Trump was a Putin puppet.
Yeah. Trump. For instance.
The famous picture of Vladimir Putin where he's riding the horse shirtless?
Oh, God.
People have photoshopped Trump in place of the horse. There's a picture of Trump crawling on a golf course somewhere.
Oh,
and someone took that picture and replaced the horse with that, Trump. And it is hilarious. Let me see if I can find it. Go ahead and play the video while I'm looking for it.
Several nukes almost hit them because they were going so fast. The Earth radars are not as good as Church of Gail radars, and they thought that Church of Gail was a nuke or a nuke, and Vladimir had to outmaneuver that. And he heroically, even while his body was like thawing out from being frozen and everything, he managed to bring Church of Gail to land in China. And then he fell asleep, and then the rest of the guys took over. And I think Brent Spiner was a leader in that. And They chose to go to China because Hu Jintao is on my marriage list, so they figured that'd be a good place to try to fix their penises. Hu Jintao apparently assigned some Chinese doctors to work on them, and they agreed with the doctors that they would be put under anesthesia and allow the doctors to operate on them. When they woke up, they looked down at their penises and saw this crisscross, just two crisscross bandages, and they realized that all of their penises had been surgically removed and they all had vaginas. And they were so mad.
I wouldn't have a problem with that personally. Can Gail send
All right,
me
take a
to-
look in the green room.
Can Gail send me to that doctor?
I mean, all you have to do is wave your penis in front of a bunch of Chinese people, and they'll steal it. Apparently.
Okay, I have to go to China first.
Yes, this is Putin fan fiction, Microraptor. Just so you know.
Well, that's more like Trump fan fiction because Trump probably daydreams of this. Trump probably had a wet dream when he saw that.
Yep.
Trump probably had a wet dream when he saw that. I'm not even gonna.
Well, you know,
not even exaggerating.
Trump may be in a little bit of trouble, so maybe he can get. Maybe he can get his sweetheart Putin to bail him out, because where it stands right now, like the shit with what they found in his place in Mar-a-Lago, he could be looking at life in prison.
Yeah. Yeah.
If they find out that he released top secret information to, his buddy in Russia or anyone else, then that's a life sentence right there. So Trump may be in a lot of trouble. We'll see what happens, but yeah.
Get Bob's avatar real quick because he's coming in a minute.
Who?
Bob.
Oh, okay.
Put him over here. Let's get this arranged real quick.
And they had been asleep for 2 days for the operation when they woke up and saw that. So they spent a day looking for the Chinese doctors, and Vladimir, I believe he judo chopped them, and they got their penises back. Their penises were in excellent condition, because the reason the Chinese doctors stole the penises is because they had small ones and they wanted big ones. So they made their restored penises perfect. So with perfectly restored penises, Brent spent 3 days doing surgery to install the penises back on the guys. They left Matthew McConaughey's penis alone. So, but the other guys had to get their
still has a
penises
vagina instead.
put back on.
Yeah, so Matthew McConaughey still has a vagina. And welcome, Bob, to the stream.
You brought me blind into Gail. Holy crap.
Yeah. It's like walking outside in the middle of the winter with no clothes on. It just hits you real hard.
I need to get some popcorn or something. This is always a show. Come on.
Let's continue.
And then after that, the next job was to fix the malware on the computers at Church of Gail. They had to ground Church of Gail for quite a while to do this. So this must have taken like around a month. And they spent a month trying to fix it. Finally, they decided a system restore was not working, and they decided to follow my advice in one of my videos, and they completely destroyed the computers and just built them brand new from the bottom up. These new computers are not quite as sophisticated technologically as the ones that they had to destroy, because that Church of Gail, Jesus built that church. But at least they're safe from the horrible malware,
So
which made it,
Jesus built
this
their
malware made it,
computers?
they couldn't
Oh, Jesus built the computers? What?
I mean, that's what she just said. Jesus built their computers, and when they rebuilt them, they weren't as good because they weren't Jesus computers.
Yeah,
I mean,
you guys didn't know that he came back in '99 to get his degree in electrical engineer or computer engineering.
Yeah, but the problem is he couldn't figure out the Millennium virus or whatever the fuck it was.
yeah.
He 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 didn't know that the dates would reset, so all of Jesus's computers kind of suck. They died in the year 2000.
I mean,
Yeah.
Jesus wasn't that great anyway. I mean, all he did was get nailed in front of a bunch of Romans. I mean, nailed by a bunch of Romans in front of a bunch of people. I mean, I heard he was well
In front of a
hung.
bunch of Jews.
Yeah, in front of a bunch of Jews, and I heard he was well hung, but that just sounds kind of gay to me.
It just sounds like every other Saturnalia.
Yeah, sounds like every other Saturnalius. You got a point there.
Even communicate at all with the outside world. If they did, their penises would be attacked, and that's why I didn't hear from them. And so, basically, that's a summation of what happened. I think I've covered the most important things. My sister had nothing to do with it. In fact, she grew a penis as a result of this malware. She's been safely in Church of Gail prison the entire time. She grew a penis, though once they fixed the malware,
Yes.
she lost her penis. So.
Yes, Michael Rutherford, it does sound pretty great. That does sound like a fun afternoon. Just getting nailed by a bunch of Romans in front of a bunch of Jews. That sounds great. That sounds like the best afternoon ever. Honestly.
But while she had a penis, she raped a couple of the women in the Church of Gail prison. Yeah, she had a penis with semen. And
I mean,
before
you
they
know,
could stop
that
her,
happens. Those
Yeah.
things do tend to have a mind of their own sometimes.
Yeah, they do.
I know this for a fact. I have one.
No comment.
she did manage to. My sister. I don't know how she could be so different from me. I don't understand it. Anyways, this is what has been happening, folks. I think I covered the main stuff. Okay. One thing they had to worry about, one reason they took so long to contact me, was they were scared that if they communicated with me, the contamination from Church of Gail could flow onto my computer and that I would grow a penis. So they were so worried about that, they even had a discussion like, what do we do if Gail gets...
So, in her premise, it was malware from computers making women grow penises.
And making men's penises fall off and become vaginas somehow. Because the Chinese stole them somehow.
But it wasn't the malware causing the men to lose their penises, it was the Chinese surgically removing them.
Wait. Was there?
But the malware was causing the penises to swell or to get sick and shrivel.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Okay.
Wait, guys, was there a Aqua Teen Hunger Force crossover with Doctor Who that I never heard of? Because
Well, see, here's the thing that should surprise no one. This is actually just Twilight fanfic.
Yeah, I can see it.
And it's only the 7th worst Twilight fanfic ever written.
Yeah, I can see it.
yeah, I shudder to think of what it would be like if E.L. James wrote this.
Oh, or Harlot. Oh. Yeah.
gets a penis, they decided they would love me anyway and just
Or
love me.
Chuck. What was his name? Chuck.
Chuck Tingle? No, it
Yeah,
would
Chuck
rock
Tingle.
if Chuck Tingle wrote this.
Yeah, I can see Chuck Tingle
Yeah.
making it actually good. I can see Chuck Tingle making it actually good.
Chuck Tingle's a good writer.
Brain to brain. I told him I don't think Jesus would let me grow a penis. Anyways, here's a letter that I got from Brent. Said,
Yeah, yes, Michael Raptor, Twilight is the worst Twilight fanfic. Twilight itself is its own worst fanfic.
It's also the 2nd worst.
It's the first and second worst. That's how bad it is.
The third is 50 Shades of Grey, but
Yeah, the third is definitely 50 Shades of Grey.
it's followed
my darling.
then by Twilight.
And the
Oh,
fourth
that's
was
in my
written
toilet.
by some girl named Brittany from the suburbs of Chicago.
Hey now, Brittany writes excellent fanfics on oh god damn it, what was the name of that site?
What
Bob.
archive AO
E621? No, not E621.
no archive of our own?
No, it's that Weeaboo's website.
Weeaboo's website.
I can't remember the name of it right now. The one with all the shitty fanfics on it.
That's
Every
archive of
fanfic
our
site
own.
ever.
No, there's a specific website that I'm thinking of.
Fanfiction.net?
No, not that one. Fuck. I will not. I remembered it a moment ago, but then it slipped my mind. There's a specific. Anyway, let's just continue on with this.
Gail. It
Madness.
feels so good to know that my communication will finally reach you in the form of this letter. As we both know, brain-to-brain communications can often be quite foggy, so I'll do my best to clear up as many details as I can about the recent events that have transpired. All of Church of Gail's computers were hijacked by a very powerful and sophisticated Jesuit malware. When even a system restore failed to fix the problem, we were at a
Wattpad.
devastating and
Wattpad.
frustrated loss.
Wattpad. Wattpad is the worst.
Oh.
I mean, I've never read any fan fiction, so I
Oh
wouldn't
god.
know.
Wattpad. If you read anything from Wattpad, it's like the half of it is spelling errors. The half of it is bad directions. The other half is just nonsense. It's where the whole I'm about to hit him with that furry shit. You ain't see it coming thing popped up. That meme popped up. That's literally from fanfic. Yeah.
But thankfully, Vladimir took your brilliant advice. We have since employed and completed your destroy and replace strategy. All infected computers have since been burned and removed from the church, and we've finished work on installing a brand new system with all brand new computers on Church of Gail. This new system may not be as advanced.
Here, I'll show you a snippet of it real quick. I'll show you a snippet of what I was talking about real quick, just because we're on that topic. This is from Wattpad. This is from a song, a fanfic in Wattpad.
Okay, I know this is a really bad idea, but I'm already here, so here we fucking go.
Just a couple seconds.
Right. Extra noses pounces on you, ooh, you're so warm. Couldn't help but notice your bones from across the floor. Noses your necky wakey till day Matilda, hee hee. Unzips your baggiest pants, oh baby, you so much.
Yeah, that's about all I'm showing right now, because copyright.
Yeah, that was about the worst thing I've ever seen.
It's actually pretty awesome. I actually love it.
I have even more cancer now.
My cancer has grown cancer.
That just gave cancer cancer.
My cancer just grew cancer. Great. Anyway, let's continue on with Gail.
Advanced as the one we had before, and will quite likely have some bugs, but at least it allows us to communicate with you electronically again. As to the nature of the malware, this is where things became quite unsettling for us. I suppose I'll just tell you how this first started. I was having a deep discussion in our lounge room with Matthew McConaughey about the most recent sermon I delivered at our church. To make a long story short, he had some personal questions about my message that he wanted to ask me about in private. We were sitting together on the couch, huddled close, trying not to let anyone in on our discussion. All of a sudden, Matthew's face grew red with discomfort. He reached down into his pants as if something had happened. His hand paused around his genital area. With angst in his voice, he whispered to me, "Brent, I think I need your help with something more urgent than the sermon right now." His eyes looked anxious. He quickly unzipped, stood up in front of me, and pulled down his pants. As Matthew's medical doctor, as well as one of his best friends, I knew the dimensions of his penis like the back of my own hand. Not only was his penis painfully inflamed, red and angry looking, it was an entire 1/4 inch smaller than I remembered at his last checkup. This alarmed me. I removed my handheld medical scanner from my pocket and scanned his genitals.
Wait, pause.
Necrotizing fast.
How would you even notice that it's a 1/4 inch smaller?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that 1/4 inch is not that much.
Maybe he just got a tattoo of a ruler on his thigh that we didn't know about.
That's good point. Yeah, that's good. That's good theory. That's good theory.
No.
There.
What I want to know is, were they talking about that classic line of his about how? No, I'm not going there. Never mind. Screw it. Aborting this joke. It's too cringe. No.
Yeah, this video's driven us into the gutter.
Driven us there. We kind of live there, sweetie. Live in the gutter.
Yeah,
Well, I mean,
but
technically we live on the spaceship.
even
but
more
still.
so.
It's the gutter of the spaceship that we live in.
Cytus. Flesh-eating bacteria, Matthew, and it's advanced. It's already starting to devour your penis. It progresses any further, you're not going to have a penis. When did these symptoms start? Just now. It's so painful I can scream. I don't want to alarm anyone. As I stared in horror, Matthew's penis was growing smaller and smaller. His eyes welled up with pain, and I could see him holding back tears in terror at losing what little left he had of his penis. At the other side of the room, I noticed Terrance was Skyping with you on his laptop. I don't know how it came over me, but with every message that I heard him send, I noticed Matthew losing another margin of his length. In an instant, my intuition flooded over me.
You can actually tell that she's looking at a monitor or several monitors reading.
Oh yeah, she's just reading her fanfic. But of course, this is supposed to be a letter from her sister that she's reading.
Oh, okay. But yeah, you can tell she's reading it. I mean, kind of obvious.
Yeah, I mean, even before she was reading the quote-unquote letter from her sister, you could tell that she was reading a script off of her monitor.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, it's an imaginative script. He certainly has an imagination.
Yeah, that's one way to put it.
He has an imagination.
It's kind of like that Mr. Creepypasta's Creepypasta Radio, except a lot more penises.
A lot more penises.
And I stood up and shouted,
And a lot
Terrance,
more
stop.
Jesuits.
All the penises, actually.
Or I guess
All the
in
penises.
Matthew McConaughey's case, a lot less penises.
And in Vladimir Putin's case,
No penis.
just a little bit less penis.
Oh, just a little bit, yeah.
Stop sending messages. This is an emergency. I'm coming. Hold on. I just got to tell Gail where I'm heading off to. You don't understand, I yelled as Terrance continued to send more messages. Terrance, Matthew moaned, sweat running down his face. Please stop. I can't take it. The messages continued to send. With a yell, my knees buckled as I felt my penis fracture in what turned out to be 16.5 places. Terrance, I shouted, my groin.
Wait, a penis
Wait,
fracturing is 16.
how did it shatter in half a place?
What?
I was wondering the same thing. It's 16.5 places.
His penis shattered in half a place.
What?
Half? Like, what? I'm extremely confused. 16.5 places. Okay, so 16.5.
Throbbing. Oh my goodness! Terrance suddenly exclaimed, lurching over and grabbing the middle of his pants. I saw his face fill with fright as he unzipped and looked at his penis. Brent, you've got to come help me. What's wrong, Terrance? My penis be white. I got a white man's penis. It's even circumcised. No sooner had Terrance spoke, other voices around the room began erupting in fright as men all over began experiencing bizarre and frightening afflictions to their nether regions. Everyone calm down, I declared firmly, swallowing my own pain to take control. Men, please get to sickbay. Terrance, unplug the computer now. But Gail, no, trust me, this is for our own safety. An emergency roundup brought all the male church members to the infirmaries. The lines wrapped around the entire medical floor. I must have worked a 24-hour shift that day, taking diagnostic inspections of the genitals of every single man on board. Some had been afflicted with strange diseases. Others were malformed and bent. The men on the marriage list suffered the worst. My own penis had 16.5 fractures, so mutilated it looked like an accordion. Matthew McConaughey had a flesh-eating bacterial infection of his penis, causing it to continually shrink as it became eaten away. Terrance Jenkins' penis became white and circumcised. Gerard Butler developed late-stage penis cancer, turning his whole penis into a deadly tumor. Keanu Reeves' penis had grown massively long and
pause.
bent that it burrowed its
Did his penis yell, "This is penis"?
Oh God! Did she try? Did his penis try kicking someone down a vagina and shouting, "This is penis"?
I really wish I could make animations because I have a really hilarious animation in my head right now.
What? Just a penis kicking someone down a giant gaping vagina, saying, "This is penis."
Not just someone. One of the Chinese people that stole the penises somehow.
I know this is a Gerard Butler thing, but when she said penis cancer, all I could get was the only image that popped into my head was a dick wearing a Deadpool costume.
Yeah. I do want to point out, Renee and me said in chat, I would take her more seriously if she had a suction cup dong on her forehead. And
Yeah.
I'm kind of surprised that she hasn't done a video like that. She's done some pretty weird videos.
A penis unicorn?
Just to
unicorn?
save you guys from seeing the things that I have seen on Gail's channel, I did not put any of the more disgusting things where she talks about her sex toys and things like that. Or the video where she shaves her pubes and then mails them to Melania Trump. Or any of the videos of her in a skimpy bikini. And there are a lot of those.
Yeah, there are, unfortunately. I've seen them. I've seen. Woody's has shared those with me, and I am utterly disgusted. I am utterly disgusted. No. No.
So, just so you know, this lady is full-blown nuts, but this is just the beginning.
I actually, I don't
There's
think,
more insanity to come.
I don't think she's actually crazy. I think she just has a very wild imagination and likes to share that imagination on the internet, where she shouldn't. This would be better
So
relegated to
I
places like
can't
Wattpad.
do a penis unicorn face reveal because the only dildos that I have are not the suction cup kind.
Yeah,
I mean, I guess I could like duct tape one of the dildos in my drawer to the top of my head or something.
Don't make me do it, Quiddies. Don't make me do it. Don't. Don't. I'm gonna do it.
way into his own anus. Hugh Jackman was hesitant about pulling down his pants, and when I asked what was wrong, Gerard whispered to me that it was his trouser snake. I assumed because of Gerard's heritage, he was from Scotland, he was merely using that as a euphemism. But when Hugh finally gave in and dropped his pants, everyone in the infirmary turned and gasped in shock as his penis had in fact transformed into a live snake. To be perfectly specific, it was a spitting cobra. The skin of its neck flared open, its jaws parted, and I heard Matthew let out a high-pitched squeal as he received a shot of venom right in his eye. I hurriedly threw a bag over the snake and told Hugh to pinch behind the head to keep it from biting
Really
anyone.
salty white
Hugh
venom,
waddled
right?
off with his pants around his ankles, trying his best to smother his snake into submission. The only man I didn't inspect was Vladimir, who insisted everything was fine until 3 days later he rushed into my office exclaiming he couldn't pee. He said that an erection lasting 24 hours or more was normal for him, and he would normally just think about Sarah Avery whenever he had to urinate. But he knew something was wrong when his erection remained. He brought in a bottle of vodka and swung his penis against the glass, shattering the bottle in front of me. "Still it is hard like Thor hammer," he yelled in anguish. It turned out he had severe priapism, and by the time I injected all of the muscle relaxers I had in my office, his bladder exploded. We had to put him in emergency cryogenic stasis to save his life, while we awaited the staff and resources to perform a cleanup of his internal organs.
Does anyone remember the story of that guy whose bladder exploded? Like, it was I don't think it was someone in the royal family, but the story was like this guy was having dinner with the king or queen or something, and it was rude to excuse yourself from the table. And so he just sat there and held his piss until he was excused, but his bladder ended up exploding and he died. I wish I could remember more details, but that always sticks in my mind when I hear about it.
There.
What?
There.
I don't see a there. What are you thereing?
On the screen. The screen I'm sharing, not the one you're seeing. But
Oh,
the audience.
Oh, on the actual stream.
Yeah, the actual stream.
Yeah. Yeah, there you go, Microraptor. There's my penis unicorn face reveal.
Yep, there's his penis.
Just so you know.
Penis corn.
That's exactly what it would look like. And strangely enough, that's pretty much the color of the dildo that I was going to use.
Purple. Perfect. Well, Micro, I have a giant vagina on my forehead, but it's hidden by the hair. So you don't see it.
Yeah. I don't have any hair. My forehead penis is clean shaven.
Yeah, it's very clean shaven.
This broom is actually just a makeshift dildo.
Ooh, sounds like fun. That's a long dildo though. But anyway, let's continue on with the
a bladder transplant. With our computers infected and inflicting more damage and disease to our men's genitals with every outgoing communication we sent, we decided to make an emergency landing in China. With Hu Jintao's help, I knew we could replace our computers quickly and have all our men treated promptly. The onslaught was simply too much for us to handle, and I didn't want to risk losing any of our men. We landed the church and hurried all of the men into Chinese hospitals to begin work on repairing the penises. I thought everything was going according to plan and was relieved to finally be able to set my worries aside about the other men as well as have my own penis taken care of. We agreed to go under anesthesia to have our penises restored. To our horror, when we awoke, our penises had vanished. They'd been amputated, and all that was left on...
I really hope that someone in chat has been keeping a counter of how many times Gail has said penis in this video.
Yeah, because we're having a game now where we count how many times she's actually said penis. So whoever can keep track of how many times Gail has said penis, you win.
Yes.
Win. Yeah.
You win a penis.
You win a penis. You win an extra inch to your penis if you already have one, but if you don't have one, you win an extra penis.
you receive the quarter of an inch of penis that someone lost.
Also a $5 off gift certificate for Bad Dragon.
Hey, the Sinister Porpoise. Welcome to the stream. And let's continue listening to this insanity.
On our smooth groins was a crisscross of band-aids. I immediately asked the nurse what happened. She explained the male Chinese doctors were so jealous of our penises they stole them. Shocked, I said, "Where'd they go?" She said perhaps they'd be putting them on the Chinese black market. Apparently soup made from white man's penis is some sort of ancient medicine for virility. I yanked the IVs out of my arms and jumped out.
Isn't that the penis, the human second horn?
It's the lower horn.
The lower horn, yeah.
Lower horn.
The human lower horn, yeah.
Maybe I'll have Fry's lower horn jerked. Wouldn't be the first time.
Woo!
Out of bed, gathered the men, and we went down to hunt those doctors. We didn't have to go very far. We found them in another surgical room in the process of amputating their own penises and replacing them with ours. "Stop!" I yelled. "Those penises don't belong to you." The Chinese doctors laughed. They told us how, when they have our big white penises, they would finally get to feel sex and would be banging all sorts of women. We wouldn't have this. Vladimir charged forth with judo chops to incapacitate the greedy Chinese men. The other men in our group helped restrain them while I pried the surgical tools from their hands and worked on removing our penises from their bodies. Once the penises were ours, they were put under arrest, and I decided to undertake the process of...
Wait. The penises were put under arrest?
I was just wondering the same thing. They put the penises under arrest? Be very careful handcuffing it. It'll spit on you.
You have to use really tiny handcuffs too, because those they're not that big. Now I'm just envisioning little penises wearing little tiny handcuffs, just being escorted to jail, to penis jail.
With like his head hung down and someone like trying to cover it with a jacket or something so the media can't take pictures of it.
Oh God. This little penis gang chain.
Again, I wish I could animate things because these things are hilarious.
Sir, you're
Stop
under
right there.
arrest for dicking around.
Well, at least Dr. Tran can't give you a good dicking then. Good American dicking.
We're almost
all the
done
men's
with
penises
this
myself.
video, by the way.
Interestingly, Matthew McConaughey's penis had been fully restored, and the Chinese doctors hadn't stolen his penis at all. I thought maybe they felt bad for him because the bacteria had eaten so much of his penis.
One more joke from the previous line that Microraptor made me think of. Stop right there. You're coming with me.
That it gave him a vagina. They had to perform a sex change operation to fix it, though. It was actually quite fascinating. As you can imagine, I'm quite exhausted from our long ordeal. I'm happy to report that all the men are happy and healthy, and our computers are working just fine. The Church of Gail is safely back in space, and I am writing to you in the comfort of my quarters. Sweet dreams tonight, my dear. I adore you. Your husband, Brent Spiner. Okay, folks.
Okay, folks, that's it for that video. Go to the next one. Wait. If her headquarters is in space,
what do we have next?
Her headquarters is in space, and we're on a spaceship. Oh gods. Let's make sure we're far, far away from her headquarters, the Church of Gail satellite thingamabobber. Please?
Alright, so we're not gonna get a vagina story yet. However, after Gail's men's penises were restored, they had a problem.
A poop emergency.
And let's let Gail tell us about their next problem.
Their poop emergency.
I'd like to state we have an emergency at Church of Gail. All the men on my marriage list have vagina butts so that they are unable to defecate. And this has been going on for over 2 weeks. And we need scientists out there.
Well,
Oh,
actually,
it is vaginas.
it
Vagina
is,
butts.
it's vagina butts. Yeah, I was about to say we do have a vagina story now. So vagina butts.
I forgot it was because their butts were vaginas. I hadn't seen this one in a while.
Who can help our nanotechnology research team come up with a way for my men to defecate so they can possibly by maybe letting them poop through their penis, or maybe causing a lining to retract and expand when they poop through the vagina butt. Those were some of the ideas we had. But I'm certain we have space age technology.
Wasn't that a
and you
South
might be
Park
able to help
episode?
them. This is
Yeah, where they were shoving tampons up
The
their
one
butts.
with Sarah Jessica Parker. No. The one where they wrote the book, and Butters took the credit for it. And then Butters wrote the book, The Poop Who Took a Pee, and it was read by Morgan Freeman. And then someone killed Sarah Jessica Parker.
I have no clue what you're talking about. No.
I'm sure other people out there do. Scrody McBooger Balls. That was the book they wrote. The Tale of Scrody McBooger Balls.
South Park is just full of fascinating storylines. Fascinating.
Oh, it was that was one of the best episodes because the boys read Catcher in the Rye, and Mr. Garrison or Mrs. Garrison, I forget which it was at that time, told them that the book had just recently come off the banned books list. And, you know, it had all this nasty stuff in it and blah, blah, blah. It even caused someone to kill John Lennon. And so the boys ran home and read the entire book, and they were so disappointed because there were like 3 swear words in it, and that was it. So they're like, we could write a dirtier book than this.
Let's do
And they
that.
wrote The Tale of Scrody McBooger Balls. And of course, Butters read the book, and then he just walks downstairs chanting, "Kill John Lennon. Kill John Lennon."
an emergency. If they don't, some of these men, if they don't start defecating soon, they will die from, I think they call it blood poisoning, from getting germs into your bloodstream. So contact them at Gail's Men, GAILSMEN @yahoo.com. I believe that one of the reasons that Jesus gave you the vagina butts, but didn't give you the ability to poop, was to create a scenario how he can show you how bad it can get when you don't do the Gail commandments. I believe the 10,000 men, including Viggo Mortensen, who rebelled against me and got furious at me for not caving into their unreasonable demands, did this because they've gone mad. Physical illness can bring out a mental illness. Jesus allowed your physical illness or your inability to poop to expose that about half the men on the marriage list have not been doing the Gail commandments, and as a result of that, now have a mental illness that makes them unfit to be on my marriage list. He knew we can use our space-age technology to figure out a
I
way
wish
for
I could
men with vagina
remember where
butts
the
to
Gale
poop.
commandments are,
The
so that I
stress
can
of
show
not
those
being
real
able
quick.
to poop caused their mental illness to manifest itself. These men need to be Baker acted. See Florida law, and that means we need to get them. We need to get them and put them into treatment. This is an emergency. Before they do something where they're going to harm themselves or others. They're dangerous right now. They're insane. And treated before they do.
Okay, hold on just a second here.
Huh.
There. Here are the Gale commandments. Thou shalt take Seroquel, the medication designed by Jesus, every day as prescribed at the same time every day. Thou shalt eat a balanced diet without concerns about allergens or toxins, using the method of calories in, calories out as a guide to weight management. Thou shalt
I
honor the Lord's
realized that I
temple.
was muted because I had found it.
Okay. Well, there you go. Go ahead and read. Go ahead and continue reading where I left off.
All right. Thou shalt not toil in activities, even honorable work for the Lord, to the extent that sleep is sacrificed. Set aside at least 8 hours per night for sleep. I mean, that seems pretty reasonable.
Yeah.
Like, some of these are actually pretty reasonable, but then some of them are like, this woman's batshit. Thou shalt honor the Lord's temple by taking time every day to self-groom, brush teeth, and stay clean. Yeah.
Yeah.
Keep your ass washed.
Yeah.
Thou shalt honor the home of Jesus's favorite by taking time every day to clean, wipe down, laundry, vacuum, and dust your apartment.
Yeah.
Or your home,
Mhm.
I guess. But
Sounds reasonable.
Gail lives in an apartment, therefore she thinks that everyone lives in apartments. Thou shalt go on walks every day, enjoying the day the Lord has made, unless he made the day rainy or unsuitable for walks. Then exercise indoors with the window open.
Yeah, that's reasonable.
I mean, that's a little weird. Like, Zumi and I both live in Hurricane Alley,
Yeah.
so I can imagine several scenarios where having the window open is not a good idea.
Yeah, definitely not a good idea.
Thou shalt spend money only on food and bills, being mindful that spending money on a deal or impulse is not saving money if it is to buy more than you need or something you wouldn't have otherwise bought.
That's bullshit.
I mean, that's
no.
a little weird.
No, that's a little hermit.
Yeah, you shouldn't blow all your money on junk, but at the same time,
To
like,
buy stuff that you want to buy when you have the money to buy it.
yeah. Thou shalt take only one multivitamin and one allergy medication per day. Taking supplements or special foods in an attempt to improve a health condition or alleviate symptoms is off limits. So absolutely no prescription drugs, even though the first commandment was about taking a prescription drug.
Yeah, and I don't remember Jesus inventing Seroquel. I don't remember that in the Bible.
Thou shalt store away a savings of at least $100 every month for the future. Whoever sows sparingly will also reap sparingly, and whoever sows generously will also reap generously.
What about those who can't store away $100 every month? We're living paycheck by paycheck.
Then your ass is going to turn into a vagina. We just learned this.
Oh yeah, because your ass will turn into a
So
vagina.
you better save $100 every month.
Yep. Or your ass will
unless you want a vagina butt.
Yep.
Thou shalt make a YouTube video every week to share the victories, defeats, and daily struggles and joys of your life with your followers. This will serve to archive your life for future generations of tribulation saints. Yeah, we're getting culty now.
Yeah, definitely getting culty.
Thou shalt not seek loopholes or ways to work around the Gail commandments, lest baby Jesus poops and pees himself in sadness. The Lord knows the heart.
All rights reserved. Copyright 2016 to 22. Jesus Christ, all rights reserved.
Who was that?
Oh God, that flirt.
Was it?
That flirt.
Or
that flat earther, yeah.
Yeah, he was a flirt, but he was also, like, he said he was a lawyer as well. And his voicemail message ended with "all rights reserved."
No, that was oh no. That was that frauditor. Shit, I can't remember his name right now. He wasn't a flat earther. He was a First Amendment auditor.
He lived in Canada.
Yeah, he was a First Amendment of the something of the family Marceau. It was.
I remember MC Toon called him.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It was something of the family Marceau.
That was a long time ago.
But he would end
Yeah.
every single thing with all rights reserved because he thought that copyrighted his voice. So if his voice is copyrighted, if anyone played his voice on a YouTube stream, he could sue them.
Yeah.
And he also copyrighted his own name because he was afraid the government had a copyright on his name and he couldn't use his own name in his videos. I'm like, what?
Seems reasonable.
Yeah, these sovereign citizens are really fucking stupid. Sovereign
Yeah.
citizens are fucking idiots. I wonder if Gail's a sovereign citizen.
Facty, you rewatch Gail? That takes guts.
Yeah, it does. It does take guts to rewatch Gail.
I have watched a lot of Gail videos.
Well, you started on this on Poop in
I'm
a
not
Can.
proud of it,
So
but I have watched a lot.
you started this on Poop in a
Yeah.
Can. I don't even know. How did you
Yeah.
come across Gail to begin with?
A long time ago, I was watching a Shill stream, and Sean Hawkins was in chat, and
Oh,
for
gosh,
some,
of course.
it was back when
Of course, it's Sean Hawkins.
YouTube would do that thing when it detected something that was copyright on a stream, it would just like black out the stream
Yeah.
for a while.
Yep.
And that kept happening. They were like, well, I guess we can't cover this subject. We need something to cover. And Sean put the last video we watched, the penises video, Sean put that in chat.
Sean Hawkins
And they ended up playing it.
Sean Hawkins finds some of the weirdest shit to find. I mean,
Yeah.
Sean Hawkins is awesome. Sean Hawkins is awesome, but he has some of the weirdest shit that I've never heard of before, and some of it gave me nightmare fuel. Some of it has given me nightmares.
Yeah.
I will fully admit to that.
All right, let's keep going.
Something totally self-destructive. And every man on my marriage list must be on Seroquel. And if they get off Seroquel, they should probably be brought immediately into treatment before it devolves into the emergency that we have right now. This isn't just a life and death emergency because of the inability to poop. I believe those men out there are dangerous to themselves and to others.
If you don't want a vagina butt, you have to take Seroquel. Apparently, Seroquel causes you to not have a vagina butt.
Yeah. Yeah.
Makes perfect sense.
Who knew?
Makes perfect sense.
I mean, I wouldn't even call that a side effect. That's more of an effect.
That's just an effect. It's not even a side. Yeah, exactly. Just an effect of not taking Seroquel is you get a vagina butt. Everybody knows that. Everyone knows if you don't take your Seroquel, you get a vagina butt. That's why every single person that's not on Seroquel has a vagina butt. I mean, duh. But that's not the case. Oh, I was misinformed.
I mean, technically,
I was misinformed.
you know,
Anyway.
it
In
is
fact,
a
I've
whole.
noticed when I go for my walks and when I go shopping, Lori's really up the ante. I think she's using those men right now to help her. And that's not good. I mean, every time I go outside right now, I feel like I'm in danger. And I think it's partly because those men are loose and they're crazy. Every man on my marriage list needs to be on Seroquel. If they get off Seroquel, they need to be brought immediately into treatment. We need to have reads on all the men on my marriage list to ensure they're in Seroquel compliance. Or we're going to lose more of my men who go crazy and destroy themselves and innocents. Please remember what Jesus told me would happen to me if I didn't do the Gail commands, that I'd go mad, that I'd get off my Seroquel and go ferile, be like a crazy cat. And then I...
Ferile? It's feral.
Yes,
It's
you
feral.
will be feral.
It's feral, not ferile.
No, it's not. It's feral. She just said it. Therefore, it's it's febrile. I mean, she said that Jesus told her that's how to say it.
Seems legit.
Seems
Yeah.
I'm going to have a link to the video about what would have happened to me if I quit taking Seroquel. Imagine what could have happened to me if I wasn't taking Seroquel and doing the Gail commandments over the past year.
I think she
when I
needs
didn't
to
hear
quit
from any of
taking
my
or
men
start
for a
taking
year, even when I had
something.
emergencies and needed their guidance.
Yeah, she needs to either stop or start taking something. One or the other.
Yeah. It's something very strong. Either way.
Something.
But because I was on Seroquel and doing the Gail commandments, I handled myself wisely. Regarding that cup, that I got. Let me go get it. I washed it. Here it is. Yeah, this cup.
Was it from two girls?
This cup is my men put part of their penis on it. It's like around the rim. So if I drink from the cup, they can ejaculate into my mouth, I guess, when I drink the cup. That's what they told me. And it's made out of Zach Knight's semen. So Zach Knight once gave me a water bottle. Well, he did something to my water bottle in my car. So every time I sucked on it, I was actually sucking on Zach Knight's penis. So he has some Jesuit technology where he's able to use objects and make them the actual penis of my men. So when I drink from this cup, I'm actually stimulating my men's. They put parts of their penis in here. So what they did is well, anyways.
I mean, I can't even comment on
try
this.
to find the exact thing. Well, they put parts of their penis around the cup, and I can drink from it and stimulate their penises, and they can give me their semen that way. So only the top 10 men, not all the men in my marriage, just the top 10.
Wait, pause.
In this
Pause.
cup.
I've got a story.
I would love to have a penis cup myself. That'd be awesome.
So, when I was in high school, I was dating this girl, and one day I go over to her house, and we're sitting there watching Robin Hood Men in Tights, and you know, when you're watching Robin Hood Men in Tights, you sometimes get a little antsy, and so we started doing some stuff, and she didn't like to get cum in her mouth, so when I was about to do my thing, I warned her, and she tried to find something because we were sitting in like their living room. Her parents weren't home. So she starts looking around to find something for me to come in, and she finds her dad's coffee mug. So I came in her dad's coffee mug.
And then everyone clapped.
Yes. And then everyone clapped. But yeah, that just made me think of that. I haven't thought of that in a long ass time.
Wait, you get excited by Men in Tights? Get excited by Men in Tights?
Who doesn't? It's a great movie.
I mean, I love
They roam around the
funniest
forest
thing
looking for
about that
fights.
was
I love the
Yeah.
movie. But
the funniest thing about that was
Yeah.
because I was actually watching the movie while she was going down on me, and it got to one of the funny parts, and I laughed, and it scared her, and she bit my penis.
Oh.
So, and it was made from
And-
Zach Knight's semen.
And now everyone knows the
It
story
feels like
of
a
my
regular
weirdest
clay
blowjob ever.
cup, but you know, that's space age technology we have. You know, I figured this out about that 10,000 men because I asked Terrence if they're still mad, and he said, yeah, they're mad. And they actually formed a group where they formed a group that they called where they said
what's that?
GMGTOW, pronounced Gu Mig Tao, which means
She lost her spot in her script.
they have a new name. It ain't Gail's Men it is anymore. They call themselves Gail's Men Going Their Own Way. And they spend their time complaining about me and how they don't feel they need me. But then they spend an awful lot of time having sex with each other's vagina butts. And I thought, what a miserable existence. And I said, I actually feel sorry for them, but not enough to want them back.
Vagina butts before.
Yeah, for real. Who hasn't had sex with vagina butts? Come on. I think everyone has had sex with at least one vagina butt. At least, and if you haven't, go out and have sex with vagina butts. It's awesome.
Yeah.
Yo.
You never know until you try it.
Yep, you never know until you try.
If they'd let me, I could have tried to comfort them in group brain-to-brain sex. It's foolishness to turn on somebody who can help you. They don't seem to understand that the whole purpose of love is to be a soulmate to your companion. This means opening up about your vulnerabilities rather than attacking your lover. And I said, you know what? I said, I think they're suffering from a mental illness. The physical illness only brought it out. Mental illness makes you unable to get close to another person. And I think I just thought, mentally ill people, they don't handle any type of stress well, and they tend to project themselves onto others, and they're actually seeing in me what they are themselves. And Lori McBride does this a lot. She's very mentally ill. So I'm not diminishing their pain, but the way they're handling it seems to indicate mental illness, and I think we really need to round them up and give them treatment. Physical pain will often cause a mental illness to manifest itself. For one thing, they're so crazy right now, they may not willingly and knowingly come in for treatment to enable themselves to poop, and they're going to die from blood poisoning. Once the blood feces gets into the blood, they're finished. They're gone. They're going to die. We can't sit back and let them destroy themselves. We got to help these men. They're suffering.
Pause.
They're mentally ill.
I don't know if Gail understands human anatomy very well. Like your poop doesn't just soak into your bloodstream if you don't poop. That's not how any of this works.
Yeah, sorry, I was muted. Yeah, that's not how that works at all. I mean, if
I can see like maybe your intestine rupturing or something, but
if you have a vagina,
yeah, like your poop just doesn't go into your bloodstream. Well, yeah. So yeah, if you have a vagina butt, then maybe you will have time of the month, and then I'll just let people fill it in with their minds there. I'll just stop right there and let people fill in the rest.
Yeah, I was about to say that's not. Let's continue.
Well, it's physically ill, and the mental illness is probably more serious than the physical illness right now. And that's what you guys get for getting off the Gail commandments. You need to take your Seroquel. As much pain as...
Yes, take your Seroquel or your butt will turn into a vagina. That's what I've learned.
Yeah. All right, let's go to a different video. This one's a little weird.
This is just a little.
Let's see.
A little.
Yeah, let's just do the next one.
A little.
We've got 2 or 3 that are fairly short, I think. These next few are like
2 minutes.
3 to 5 minutes or so.
It's an emergency. Aren't you listening to her?
We've got a bit of an emergency here. What happened is Bill Nye showed up, and he created a shield that covered Mexico and transformed the Pukaki into burritos and tacos. And it was feeding all the Mexican people. and they were eating the burritos and tacos, and they tasted good, but it also created two giant, evil, sentient taco.
I think we're behind because this one came after the Pukaki one. But
Well,
we'll view the Pukaki one after this one.
hey guys,
Yeah.
why does this sour cream taste funny?
You really don't want an answer to that.
You don't want to answer that one. Don't. You really don't.
Oh.
Tacos and burritos, and they have started eating the Mexicans and are attacking Church of Gail. The church is trying to go do something like go through the sun or something, but we need more scientists to help Bill Nye, because Bill Nye actually came up with the shield, but he thinks that the Jesuits he thinks that the Jesuits decalibrated his quantum subharmonic actuator, and
you can tell this is right before she decided to start using scripts.
No, I think she's reading a script there.
caused
Because
the shield
this
to
came
create.
after the one she was doing earlier, the Chinese stealing everyone's penises.
No,
this was like a year or two after that video.
No, Michael Raptor. Everyone knows. Everyone in Mexico only eats tacos and burritos. That's it. That's the only diet they have is burritos and tacos. That's it. No, you can't convince me otherwise. No, that's all they eat is burritos and tacos. That's it.
That's crazy talk.
What about
Everybody knows that
chimichangas?
women are made out of sand.
Well, yeah, duh. Everyone knows women are made out of sand. I mean, that's duh. No, I'm made out of women.
Ate this giant taco and burrito that's following Church of Gail right now, trying to eat them. But at least they got it away from the poor Mexicans. But it's hot on Church of Gail's trail. We need scientists. Email us at gailcordschuler@gmail.com. The link will be underneath this video. The tacos are shooting at their communication array, so I may lose Terrance. I'm in the middle of.
You know, I did that like 20 years ago.
I've still got a Yahoo address. I use it for everything. Okay,
I still have mine, but
I would have to switch everything over, and I don't feel like doing that.
The same.
So the Sandman is a woman? Yes, Michael, the Sandman is a woman because everyone knows that women are made of sand. Therefore, the Sandman is a woman, so it's Sandwoman. But she identifies as Sandman, so that's how he wants to identify.
Well, Bill Nye fucked everything up.
That's how he wants to identify.
There might have been Sandmen before.
Just like Iron Man is a woman, female. F-E for iron, male for man. Iron Man equals female.
Seems legit.
Yeah.
So Iron Man is a woman. Tony Stark is a woman. Official.
The Skype with him. The shield turned the Pukaki into tacos and burritos, and we had won, but apparently the Jesuits sabotaged the shield, and so scientists tried contacting Gail Chord Schuler.
I don't know what the fuck just happened. Did you change the speed?
I haven't changed anything.
I had a joke, but that kind of threw me off there.
I haven't changed anything. I haven't touched anything.
That got demonic.
I didn't do anything. I don't know what the fuck just happened.
So I'm pretty sure that what we're witnessing right now is Gail's attempt at Taco Bell fanfic.
That makes Taco Bell fanfic. The burritos and tacos becoming sentient and
made of shit.
Made of shit, yeah.
We're at gmail.com, and so just we need some help. It's an emergency, okay? And also, Barack Obama, if you're listening to me, Church of Gail is being attacked by a giant sentient burrito and taco. So
Yeah, but I want to go ahead and let me see the next one, the Bukake one, and then we'll play some roulette.
Yeah, we've got some long Gale videos that we're going to bring back the good old derp roulette with.
Yeah. Let me see which one to do that with. Jesus Christ Sex Party. We'll do that with Jesus Christ Sex Party.
Well, yeah, but let's do the Pukaki first.
we've got a bit of an emergency again. Zach Knight
Okay.
is.
When does the Church of Gail not have an emergency?
Never.
They always seem to have an emergency. It's like, well, we have an emergency now. We have an emergency. Like, never does she report, say, oh, everything's fine at the Church of Gail. Everyone still has their penises intact. Everyone has a regular asshole. Everything's just fine. No, it's always.
I mean, why would you report on everything being fine? You know, the coffee mugs being made of penises and yeah.
I just spoken with Jesus and Terrence Jenkins on Skype, and Zach Knight is planning on sending it's not really a Nukaki, they call it like a Pukaki, and it operates from the same principle as a Nukaki, except when this one explodes, instead of releasing semen, it's going to release poo, like the kind of poo that a Mexican makes when they eat a lot of Mexican food. And apparently, the reason Zach Knight has decided to send a Pukaki, that's what Jesus called it, to Mexico, is because he doesn't like Mexican food. So, I have been getting threats from somebody.
Yeah, everyone knows Jesus doesn't like figs, okay? Jesus just hates figs.
I didn't know that.
You didn't know that? No,
oh yeah, they misspelled it in the Bible. Oh.
No, fig. See, what happened was during the autumn, he came across a fig tree. He commanded the fig tree to give him figs. The fig tree wouldn't do that because, fig trees don't produce in autumn. So he cursed the fig tree to not grow figs anymore. That's an actual thing in the Bible. He cursed a fig tree to not grow figs during a certain period of time. Because it wouldn't
it's kind
give
of a
him figs.
dick move.
Because it wouldn't give him figs. So Jesus hates figs.
Somebody who claims to be Zach Knight at my YouTube channel, claiming that he's going to launch a Nukaki onto Mexico. And that is not quite correct. It's actually going to be a Pukaki. And the reason he's going to do it has nothing to do with Matthew McConaughey. From what I understand, he's just going to do it.
Oh, well, that's good.
Simply because this impersonator who was impersonating Zach Knight, I think it was like a Zach Knight clone, was threatening to send a Nukaki to Mexico if I wouldn't give them Matthew McConaughey. Well, that was all hype. He was a big fake. But there is a real threat now. What happened was Zach Knight decided that he would act on the threat of his clone. That was actually a Zach Knight clone who was making those comments at my YouTube channel. And the real Zach Knight has decided that he wants to send a Pukaki to to Mexico. And he decided, the clone gave him the idea, his clone gave him the idea, and he wants to send a Pukaki. Why? Because he doesn't like Mexican food. We need some scientists. Jesus said he doesn't want to get personally involved in this because he says we can solve this ourselves. But
who the fuck doesn't like Mexican food?
Yeah.
Mexican food is the greatest thing ever invented. I had
Yeah.
Mexican food yesterday.
Mexican food's awesome.
My dad and I went and had Mexican food, and I had a cream burrito, and it's not the kind of cream you're thinking of. And it was fucking delicious.
But he said we need to act fast. We need some scientists who will help us to create a shield over Mexico that will protect the Mexican people from this pukaki. Realize that the ingredients in the pukaki is going to be an exponential explosion of Mexican poop based on their hot and spicy food. I guess like when you get diarrhea, when you eat their food, it's going to be full of that kind of stuff. And it's probably going to be radioactive at the same time. So any scientist, and Bill Nye, the science guy, you helped us tremendously with that Malaysian airliners with the Godzilla Jesuit. If you could help us again to come up with a shield that will neutralize this new cocky so that it will not damage the Mexican.
Great. I was eating dill chips, but that kind of made me lose my appetite. Great.
I got caught up on the Malaysian Airlines with the Godzilla Jesuit. And I don't think I've seen that video, and now I'm going to have to go back and try to find that video.
Oh, God.
That just sounds very Gail-like.
Yeah. Yeah. Forget the drug wars and poverty. Mexico has a bukkake problem. Yes, Micropafter, it does. It does.
People, and we need to move fast because that
Not a bukkake, a pukake. Different.
Black Knight is getting ready to launch it any minute now. And from what I understand, if we don't act fast and get a shield up there that will be effective at blocking or maybe causing this pukaki to ricochet back onto the Jesuits or whatever, there's going to be catastrophic damage in Mexico. So for the sake of the Mexican people, okay, we need a scientist to put, you need to put a shield up over Mexico now to block the pukaki. It needs to be effective against a radioactive poop type of explosion that would create tidal waves of radioactive Mexican poop from their hot and spicy food. Okay, so we need some scientists. Bill Nye, like I said, you saved us with that Malaysian airliner that was missing, with the Godzilla Jesuit, where the plane actually went, and we found that the Godzilla Jesuit, we gave him diarrhea, so and we gave him like magnesium, so maybe we need to put some sort of ingredient in the shield that would be the same stuff that gives people constipation, you know, to cause the poop maybe to harden so that it can't flow, so that it can't be in liquid form. We need to put some sort of...
Yeah, I was hungry before, but no, I'm not. I'm completely not.
So Microraptor's wondering what a nucaki is. A nucaki is a nuclear bomb that instead of just exploding, it explodes semen.
Oh, semen, right? Yeah, semen.
No, that's a pukaki.
That's the pukaki. Yeah, that's right.
A nucaki is a nuke that blows semen out.
Behold the
that's the weapon that the Church of Gail uses a lot.
Yeah, she uses it a lot. But... oh, God.
Sort of a catalyst in the shield so that when the pukaki hits the shield, it will chemically transform the poop into a benign substance, like maybe turn it into water that could vaporize into clouds or something like that. That would seem like a possible solution. So this shield should have the ability to chemically transform the poop into something harmless, and maybe also have maybe a spermicide, not a spermicide, but a something that will negate the radiation in the bomb as well. Something that will negate the radiation and chemically transform the poop into something else.
Yeah, I don't think spermicide negates radiation.
Yeah, spermicide doesn't negate radiation. And hey, Surf, yeah, that and just your load of balls. Hey, Yeah, you
It
want that
might
on
do it
Gail,
if
Chord.
Superman uses it, but that's about it.
Turn the poop into manure, maybe. Microraptor, I don't think you're. I
I,
don't.
I think She-Hulk would have been cured by now in the comics if it did that. I'm saying.
Well, all the idiots that eat organic food, this is just a fertilizer bomb for them. Because
So that's what the
organic
shield
means
needs to do, okay?
being
And we
fertilized
need
with
to
poop.
do this really fast. So, those who feel they can help us, email my man at Gail Chord Schuler. I'll have a link underneath this video. Gail Chord Schuler, GailChordSchuler @gmail.com. That is our Church of Gail's email address. And
That's pretty much the end of that. So let's go ahead and
Mhm.
go into Jesus Christ's
Yeah.
sex party.
I never.
All right.
Roulette time.
All right. So people in chat, first one to give us a time between 0 and
59.
what is it? 59 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, between 0 and 59:06. Give us a time.
Give us a time. Anytime.
This is stuck in my head
And of course
now.
the chat's like 30 seconds behind us, so we're gonna have to sit here and wait for a minute.
Well, no, they're 5 to 15 seconds.
She's a funky, spunky junkie for your
All right, 37:30.
Okay. Okay, PJC Net. 7:30.
Ha!
37.
Surf just wants us to play the final second of it, and that's it. Surf, you're officially the smartest person in chat.
Yes. Surf is officially the smartest person in the chat. Yes. Well, here's 37:30.
Turned on. I mean, I had a conversation with Brent the other day, and I said, Jesus, you lied. You said you weren't going to be making love to me in my apartment. He's actually the past couple days he's been talking to me, kind of like in he's got a telepathic way of talking, and he said I didn't really lie because you haven't seen me 3D and you haven't seen my body. So but I'm making love to you, but yet he turns me on. I can actually feel the turn on, and I can.
So Jesus turns her on. Okay, that's good to know. Okay.
Wait, is she who Typo Negative
but-
was writing about? No.
Yes, she does. Yeah, she does
that
think she's
was-
married to Brent Spiner. She does think she's married to Brent Spiner.
Yes.
Yes. I don't think she's actually crazy.
Among a lot of other people.
Okay, okay. Here's the thing. She's an actress. Well, at least she professes
Yeah.
herself to be an actress. It's all an act. This is not her being serious. This is her joking around on the internet.
Yeah, this is just she's just playing a character. I mean,
Yeah.
she does a damn good job at it, but
Yeah.
there are some videos of hers that are blatantly obvious that she's
Acting.
she's not really doing a great job at it.
Yeah.
Like the video where the FBI is beating down her door, you can tell that she's acting.
Yeah, but she's not serious. This isn't mental illness or anything. She's just really good at acting. Well, no, she's really terrible at acting.
All right, let's go
She's good at being terrible.
to 33
13.
minutes.
Let's go to 1337 because that's the one Microraptor had. But 1337, yeah. And then we'll do that.
Well, Microraptor said 33 before that.
Oh, did? Yeah, she did. Okay, 33 then. 33 it is. 32, 33 minutes. 32:59. That's close I can get.
Close enough.
He said, I want you to feel free in your sex life and to not worry what people think. And he said, Brent is secure now. See, I decided to cancel the marriage list because Brent told me he felt upstaged by it. He felt threatened by it. And I was horrified. I didn't know he felt that way. And so I canceled it. And
I assumed the
he said
marriage
Brent's
list
secure now.
is
So you can
like
do whatever
all the
you-
people she claims she's married to, like Matthew McConaughey and Hugh Jackman and
Viggo Mortensen.
everyone else.
No,
Yeah,
wait,
Viggo
she's-
Mortensen.
She's enemies with him. That's
Putin.
right. She's enemies with Viggo Mortensen. Sorry, not married to, but that's her arch nemesis or whatever.
Yeah.
It's because Viggo
But,
Mortensen's
yeah, she has a list of
Marriage candidates.
Yeah.
This is saying.
people that she claims she's married to, but
Yeah.
apparently one of the people that she claims she's married to felt threatened for being fake married to other people.
Quinny, you
And
brought it.
just so everyone knows,
You brought it out.
because I think it's hilarious.
I was saying you
Oh,
brought it
sorry.
out. You brought it out
Hang
just
on.
soon, so I couldn't
Let me-
hear what you said.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Just so everyone knows, and I think this is hilarious, Brent Spiner knows about her.
Oh God, he does. Seriously. Oh great.
Yeah.
Oh great. What does Brent Spiner have to say about him being married to her then?
he says that they're definitely not married.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, he actually does know that she exists. And I find that hilarious.
That is hilarious.
to find out you're part of
All
someone's
right.
personal harem anime.
1337.
Let's see what
Sweet.
Me, Brent Spiner, Zach Knight, Rule 13, we've got an IQ, an emotional IQ that's over 10,000 right now. And I said at the rate things are going, she is going to be insane within a month. And Satan is going to have an insane Antichrist. And because she was throwing things, because the song wouldn't go out of her mind. And you got to realize this is a person whose whole self-image has been built around the lie that she's drop dead gorgeous and every man just slobbers after her. And she couldn't understand why
I
Jesus
wonder who
didn't
she's
see her
talking
that way.
about.
I'm wondering who she's talking about as well. Let's back up just a tiny bit to see who she's talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me find a picture that I think represents, basically, I didn't realize it, but I posted this picture at my site. And I told Zach, Zach Knight, I was communicating.
Oh, she posted a picture and didn't even realize she posted a picture.
Uh-huh.
Well, she's a busy woman.
I'm pretty busy myself,
She's
but
busy scheduling new cockies and getting Bill Nye to make umbrellas.
Not to
Yeah.
mention all of the constant marriages.
Yeah. Having to rescue people's penises from the Chinese. And having
With
the
him-
FBI beat down her door because she mailed
male
her
pubes.
pubes to the First Lady.
Twice. She mailed it to Obama and then to Melania.
Yeah, she did it to Michelle Obama and to Melania Trump.
because apparently they demanded it from her claim. She said that they demanded her mail her pubes. to
Yeah,
them.
because she thinks that she's the real president of the United States.
Yeah.
On Skype, I said, I think this is how Jesus sees her. And I asked my men, I'm just curious, I heard brain to brain that Jesus put this picture in Lori's mind along with the music, and he's playing it over and over again. She's going
Lori
crazy, throwing
McBride.
things and
Lori
getting
That's what
McBride.
she's talking
Lord
about.
McBride, okay. Makes sense.
Yeah, that's her mortal enemy.
We have enough time for one more timestamp. So, what's the last timestamp?
42.
Hello,
Okay,
Newman.
42.
I mean, Lori.
Hello, Newman.
Day. And Jesus was saying, well, I'm crazy about you. I said, look, this isn't fair. You don't have to do this, Jesus. I don't expect this of you. And I said, he said, and even Brent was saying, Jesus, can you kind of tone it down a little bit? I need to get some stuff done. It's like, and I talked to Jesus about this. You might say, this sounds very interesting. Why don't you put that post about your transcript? I'm thinking about it. Okay?
Did she just interrupt herself like 5 times?
Yes, she did. She interrupted herself like a multitude of times. She is worse than a flirt sometimes with her own thought patterns. It's like she will just interrupt her own thoughts.
She interrupted the middle of her own sentence with the beginning of her own sentence.
Shit, it's kind of impressive.
It is actually. God damn. That's how do you interrupt your own sentence with your own sentence?
And do it multiple times in just a few seconds.
God,
Like, that is talent.
that is. I am impressed, and not in a good way. So yeah, what have we learned today?
Vagina butt.
Vagina butt. Yeah, that. Yeah.
I learned vagina butt.
I learned uh Bob, what did you learn today?
I learned not to trust the sour cream.
Yeah,
This is true.
this is true. Never trust the sour cream.
And never get guacamole at Taco Bell.
Never.
Oh, way ahead of you.
I did that one time and I regretted it. Taco Bell has the worst guacamole in the world.
Well, I guess that'll be a good night then.
Yeah, we'll try not to torture you guys next week with more Gail,
Yeah.
or maybe we'll do Gail part 2. You never know.
Yeah, well,
Because
That'll
we
be
didn't even
good.
look at half the videos that I posted in the green room.
no, we didn't. We didn't even look at half of them.
And that wasn't even half of the videos that I wanted to post.
For goodness sake, somebody's coming.
All right, good night, everyone.